Hi, and welcome back to CMG Aura Space FX Trading Week. Right, so this is our weekly analysis that we do on JPY, DXY, and then gold sometimes. So for the record, the pending week that we are going to trade will be from January 19th to 23rd. Right, I hope I'm right. So for the recap on the recent week, in fact, the trading was quite okay, except for JPY, which we considered some losses, I think here and there, I think twice or so. But for the other pairs was okay, and especially with the stock indices. I know I don't do weekly analysis on the stock indices. That's let me show you. That's on the NAS 100, the German 30, in some cases 40, and then US 30. Right. So I normally don't do weekly analysis, right? But I do trade, or I do analysis there and then I trade, right? Because I wait for the market, the pre-market. We'll be trading here and there, and then the actual market opening, that's where we decide to go in massively or not. So normally I don't waste my time by doing analysis on the stock indices, but I do trade them, and they were quite profitable in the recent week, right? Very profitable. I can even show you some of the trade that positions that we entered, right? You see what is happening here? Quite profitable. That's NAS 100. If you move to the German 40 or 30, this is what happened also. I put signals in our channels where you can have free signals, and then be trading them, your entry TP and then SL, depending on your trading strategy or your financial goals, right? So that is what we do there. But I don't do analysis. I just put the signals there. If you're interested, you trade. So normally when the week for the analysis for the DXY and the Japanese yen doesn't really go well, if I lose once or twice in a row on particular pairs, I decide not to trade them for the rest of the week. So that is a special strategy that I have. So this I may not tell you, or I may not have told you, but this is what I do here. But I'll still be putting the signals in with concerning the other pairs. So that is what I do. But if I trade consecutively on a particular pair and I lose, I don't trade them again. I move to another pair. So that is the strategy that I keep. But with these ones, they were quite profitable, right? So I don't do analysis, but if you are in the channel, you will enjoy them. So this is what went on. And then moving to US 30, that is the same thing, right? The TP is there. If you get there and you want to exit, you exit. Else you can continue riding or maybe swing for that period. So that is what we encountered, right? So on JPY was not profitable. We were not profitable on JPYs, but DXY here and there not average profits. But the stock indices was, I should say, 100%, unless maybe you are still in those trades up to now. So that is what, and I got to a time that I asked you to exit. So if you are interested, check the channel, check the bio, check the comment section, and then you do the needful. So I think that's the recap that I've had for the DXY and then the JPY, right? So without further ado, let's continue by doing the analysis for the pending week on DXY and then JPY. Right, so let's start with JPY. Like I do always, I've already done the markings, and I don't want to waste time here. So I've done the markings already, and then we are going to proceed with that. Now with the top-down analysis, I've already done the top-down analysis so that I can have access to the markings that I've done, and then we continue. Now this will be week 4, right? So I'm just going to do the analysis on the 4 hour because I've already done those analysis. So here this week is going to be quite a bit indecisive, even though on JPY we will see some quiet movements, right? So for me, or subjectively, we are at a level which we call the resistance, that resistance level. Now we know we have internal structures, or sometimes I call it cascading structures, where you have a bigger view, but within the bigger view you can have some positions here and there. Yeah, within you can be taking profit, you can be trading within, even though you are having a higher perspective yet in the long run, maybe over the week or over some days, right? That is what we call the higher or bigger view. Then we have the internal structures where you can move down to a lower time frame, or better still, even within the same time frame that we are talking about doing the analysis, you can be trading where you take your partials. You take your partials, right? So that's the partials, means that you have TP1, TP2, TP3, and then anytime prices hit those levels, you exit and then look for another entry, then you enter. So that is what it means by partials, or trading internal structures. So that is what I'm seeing on JPY. So JPY, generally, or from the higher perspective, generally a bigger view, we are at a resistance level, and now we are expecting price to move down. But lo and behold, you should understand that whenever there's a price around the resistance level, or the POIs, that's the point of interest, anything is bound to happen. Is either price breaks below, right? Sorry, either price breaks above or respects the level, that particular level. So either a breakout or a fake out. So generally at the resistance level, we can see that there's a strong bearish candle there, which makes the structure or the market at the moment very bearish. Yet the current candlestick that we are seeing now is bullish. So when the market opens today, Sunday, we will see what will happen. Either price is going to fall below this black line that I've drawn. I've explained the colors of my levels that I've drawn in the previous videos. Any color is any color, and then what they mean according to my analysis. I have red lines, I have black lines, and then I have blue lines. Right, so the black line, I'm expecting that price get to this black line. If it gets to this black line and probably closes below it, then I'm going to change my perspective, or continue on that perspective that market is going to continue dropping, probably to this particular black line, or even breaks below it and come to this one in the course of the week. And anything is possible. So that is why during the analysis, I tell you that we have a preliminary analysis where we tell you the overview or everything over the week. But in the course of the week, we have to be coming back to be monitoring the market, studying with time screens, right? Time screens to monitor and then see that whatever we were anticipating over the Sunday analysis is going to continue, or there's going to be a change in structure or change of character. So that is what it means now. So I am going to look at this for Monday, or probably at the end of Monday, and see if price will break below this. If it happens too early, then I'm going to ride by enjoying the direction that I'm expecting in this, meaning JPY is going to keep dropping. So if you keep dropping, I just go and choose the pairs and then trade them accordingly, right? So if price breaks below this black line, then I am expecting it to hit to this second black line. Now, when it gets to this black line, and maybe there can still be a reaction where market will relax a bit, try to respect it, or better still, when it gets there and it breaks below, then I'm expecting the next move probably be here, right, to this level, or even better to this level. And JPY is capable of doing that. So this is what I'm expecting. In another fashion, right? If market opens again and it continues to consolidate within this boundary or this channel, then I am going to assume, or I'm going to still monitor that price will probably break above this, right? If it breaks above this boundary, then it means that we are going to continue with the buys on JPY. You understand? So JPY is going to continue buying. Now, for the record, I have explained what it means when JPY is going up. What happens to the pegged pairs? So we have pounds JPY. right? The pounds against the JPY. So when JPY is strong, what happens to the whole pair, right? That's what it means. And then when JPY is weak, what happens to the whole pair? So I have used a symbol, like something like a formula in the video description. I put it there. Normally I use the XXX stroke JPY or DXY stroke what XXX. So I've explained. So whenever you see those things, read what it means there. I may not have the time to explain these things again. So check the meaning of those formulas that I've put there. XXX means that the XX that you see, it means that any other currency, any currency at all, any other currencies at all. But the stroke JPY, that means that's the JPY we are talking about. The same thing goes for DXY, right? So XXX that you see, it means that any other currency pegged to that currency that we are talking about. And this currency that we are talking about is either JPY or DXY, right? So that is it. So if price get to this black line, I'll be happy, and then I'll confirm. I will have that easiness, right, to still hope that price is going to move down to the black line and probably below that even come to this third black line. Else, if you continue to consolidate here, normally when price hits a particular level for a longer time, some professionals say that means that level is becoming weak, and for that matter, price has the higher tendency of breaking through or breaking above it. So that is what we have learned over the time. So that's what I have for you on JPY. Now let's move to DXY. Right. So DXY also generally we are still within this boundary, and this boundary means that price is going to hit to the extremes, the resistance and then the support, the resistance and the support, until there's higher momentum or higher pressure on one participant or partakers of the market, either buyers or sellers, taking over and breaking out of these boundaries. So at the moment we are still within this boundary, and I'm not going to say much here because even though the recent candles, the first 3 recent candlesticks are quite bullish, right? They are quite bullish. And then within that channel that we are talking about, you can see a red line here. This red line is a resistance. At the moment, it's a resistance level. So, and price is currently there. Now, once this is red, I've explained already, once it's red, I don't really regard it that price is going to respect it, right? But when it is blue, then I assume that is a quite strong resistance level or a support level. So the red line doesn't really matter. I am just going to look at the reactions happening there. And lo and behold, you can see what is happening. Even now, the candles around this place, about 10 or 15 of the candles, when they get to that level, they come back. They get to that level, they come back. So these are the reactions that is going on. And currently, we have a small bullish candle there. So price can actually continue coming down to this level, right? Down to this support level, and then move up again. Or better still, where we are at the moment, it will even continue and then come up to the resistance at the top there. It doesn't matter. So when we get to these extremes, we'll be monitoring and see the liquidity and then the volatility or in the market, right? So that is it. So at the moment, if you are not in any trade concerning DXY, it is better or advisable you stay away from it and then wait for the price to get to these extremes. Then you can decide. But if you are already in it, the advice is once again is that you manage your risk, and then you see if you have to lock profit or exit and then find a better entry and enter, right? So that is my advice for you, and it's quite good if you listen to this. Yet I am not your financial advisor. Maybe you are just following me and then using my analysis as a second guess, right? Just to buttress your initial view. So that's what I have for you. Now moving on to gold, right? Gold also was profitable. was quite profitable, right? You've realized last week, in fact last 2 weeks, right, we entered market around this place, right? I still put signal in the channel for you to trade. I know people really enjoy this, just that they are not talking. So once again, we entered market here and the market moved up to this level. My general view over last 2 weeks was that price will get to this black line, right? This black line, right? That's the initial analysis or setup. But when price got to this level here around this place, it started reversing, and I came back to do analysis again and tell you that this is what I'm expecting. You can still exit or continue riding. So lo and behold, price got to this level. I know a lot of people will be panicking, but it didn't happen that way, and then continue moving up to our level, around the level where that was actually TP2. So TP1 hit, TP2 also hit, and at the moment we are at this TP2. So I'm going to continue monitoring, and we are around the MA, which price is reacting to this level. It's either it's going to break below and get to this black line again, or this point, or better still, we're just going to be playing around, wait for momentum, wait for volume, and then start gapping up to this blue line. And it's possible to do that. It's possible. So you just have to be take caution, be watching the market, check your entries, and then be patient when you have to. So what it means that this coming week, my screen time will not be that much. It means that I'm not going to stay behind the screen all the time. I may come, drop the signals, and I'll go. Unlike every day when I drop signals and I'll be monitoring, telling you exit, enter, wait, do that. I'm gonna put the signals there, and then put the TP1, TP2, TP3. So when it gets there, and then how you feel about the market, maybe I may delay in coming back to give you a response or a reply. So when you get there, the TPs, when you get there, you exit. Else you wait for the actual TPs that we are expecting to hit, right? Because I'll be busy this week. So that is what I have for you, or what I have to say in this analysis. Now, bear in mind, tomorrow, that's 20th January, that's when we are inaugurating Trump as the president of the USA. Yes, so market is bound to actually do a lot of interesting, and then move high. So put that one as your fundamentals, add that as a confluence for your fundamentals. When you are trading, you have to be watching. Make sure you don't enter the market without SL. Please, anything is bound to happen, and people are expecting a lot of momentum, a lot of high moves in this market. But what can we say? Still trade the way you have to trade, right? Because of the fundamentals, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesday, it doesn't look like we have a high impact news there. Yet, the inauguration of the president can actually cause a high movement in the market. So that will bring us to the end of our analysis. Stay tuned on our channels and be following for more content and then more guidance. We will see you soon. Bye for now.